I was privileged to be among the audience last Saturday for the premiere of a wonderful Australian film, Red Dog, True Blue. It's a beautiful story. It's a story of friendship between a young 13-year-old and a red kelpie. Over a cup of coffee, I was fortunate enough to have a chat to the breeder of Phoenix. Phoenix is the star of this movie. Carol Hobday from Denali, up in Victoria, is the breeder of kelpies. She's bred dogs for both of the movies, and she's on the line to have a chat to us about this wonderful experience. Nice to have you with us, Carol. How are you?
I'm okay, Leigh. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for last Saturday. Look, you're a lovely lady to talk to, and we met all per chance there, and it was so educational what you were telling us. You and your sister was just beautiful.
Thank you. It was a nice talk.
Did you enjoy the movie?
Oh, yes. It was super.
Wasn't it?
It was really, really... everything about it, I felt, was beautiful.
It was, yeah.
I loved the way it was put together.
Did you have the tissues out at the end?
Yeah, didn't everyone?
I think so. I think we're all guilty of that with both of the movies, actually. And Nelson's got a way of doing that, and of course the writers, and it's just beautifully put together. It really, really is. First up, tell my listeners whereabouts Denali is. Central
Victoria, about halfway between Bendigo and Ballarat.
Halfway, yeah. Has this put Denali on the map?
I don't know about putting Denali on the map, but I think it's pretty well known Coco was from here.
Yes.
And I guess Phoenix will be pretty well known too.
Yeah, my word. How did you get involved in all of this? How did you get caught up in this Hollywood glamour and glitz that's gone on in your life now?
Hollywood glamour. I know what goes with that. Well, it's a not a very strange story. It's pretty normal, actually. We had our dogs. My husband and I had our dogs at a dog show. And we met the trainer of Coco at the show. And he came around and said, that he was looking for a dog, and he wanted a dog that showed a lot of animation and was intelligent. Well, that's a kelpie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Full stop. And I just said to him, we don't sell our older dogs. They're in the backyard permanently. But I've got a young male who I had to stop showing because he was becoming a little bit arrogant. So I thought I'd let his mind grow up a little bit before I brought him back in the ring. Lovely young dog. And I said, if you'd like to come up and have a look, we won't sell him, but you can take him, if you want, for the role.
Mm.
And they came up, and then Chris Spenders came down from Sydney and came up to Denali to have a look. And he just stood there, cribbed in, and he said, I think we've found our red dog.
There you are.
And he's a lovely dog. He was a beautiful dog.
There's something about kelpies, isn't there? They're very intelligent.
They're extra. There's just that extra thing about a kelpie that I think nearly everyone can associate with that.
Yeah.
You talk to people, and the first thing they say is, we had a kelpie when I was a child, or we had a cross kelpie. We had a border collie cross kelpie when we were a child, and then the story goes on.
Yeah.
They're just a wonderful breed to be associated with.
Carol, you really fell into this breeding business, didn't you? You weren't really going to do all of this. You and your husband were looking at an activity between yourselves, you told me, and
yes, we were.
You came across this breeding. How did that come about?
Well, we were in Mount Isa, up in northwest Queensland, and we were going to leave what we were doing there, and we wondered what we could do as a hobby that the two of us could be involved in.
Yes.
And we looked at so many different things, and one or the other was go, no, don't think so. And then my son, unbeknownst to either of us, bought us a puppy kelpie for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And he had it brought up from Brisbane to Mount Isa on Christmas Eve.
And you said to him?
And I said to him, if whatever comes out of that crate is breathing, you are in trouble. And this 22-year-old young man just looked at me and started to titter, and he went, well, and when it came out, I said, look, love, thank you, but no thank you.
Mm.
We were in a caravan park. I said, we really don't want another dog, because he had a nondescript kelpie as a pet at the time. And it came out, and I said, look, take it back to wherever it come from, sweetheart. Thank you, but no thank you. And he said, but I can't. There's no more planes until after Boxing Day.
Yes, yes.
Well, by Boxing Day it had woven its little bit of magic, hadn't it?
Yeah.
And that was our very first purebred Kelpie.
That was the start, yeah.
That was the start.
And what was that, about 30 years back, was it?
Yeah, thereabouts, 28, 29 years.
Gee.
And he wasn't what we call the top show Kelpie of all time, but we came back to Victoria to live.
Mm-hmm.
And we met a lady from Ballarat. And she had a litter of puppies at the time.
Right.
And I fell in love with this black one, this beautiful black dog. He was so gorgeous, and I just fell in love with him. And I just looked at him and said, Joy, can I have him? And she said, yeah, that's okay. So we bought this black Kelpie, who we had a wonderful time with. You know, he was our child. He was our four-legged child. And he won a Melbourne Royal for us, and we never showed him at Melbourne Royal again, and we never showed him again as a young fella. And he was just our pet. And he was really the beginning. He was the sire of one of the top winning Kelpies in Victoria for many years, and he was our darling.
Now, that's the way it started, way back. So after that first film with Coco, you really developed instant fame for yourselves there. How did you handle that fame?
Well, we sort of took down our website and stopped answering the landline.
As you do.
That's how we did it, yes.
Yeah.
But we did find a friend in the whole thing, which was just lovely.
Tell us about your friend.
Our friend's name is Nelson Was.
Mm.
He's just such a pleasure to know. He's a lovely, lovely young man. I say young because I'm quite a lot older than him, but he is. He's a lovely man, and we've always had nothing but really positive times with him and have enjoyed the whole journey.
I'm going to be talking to Nelson after the news at 2 today, so if you can listen in up there online, you'll hear that interview too with him. But yeah, a lovely man. We spoke to him after the movie on Saturday, and he's got a fantastic story he tells. Wonderful story. A lovely,
he has?
Yeah, lovely guy. Lovely guy.
He is a delight.
Well, he never set out to be in the movie industry.
No, I'm really proud to say I know the man.
Yes,
really
I can understand why. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Out of all of this, and I started this little chat with you by talking about Denelli and how I put it on the map, but I was reading in one of the newspapers up there over the week that I think it was your motel manager up there had said during the filming, I think, of the first one, that he hoped that this would attract people to come to the town there, and you needed tourists and tourism. So let's hope even that comes about from the second one.
Well, that would be nice. I hope that the town gains something from it. There were posters and things around town when Coco was at his height, you know, when the movie came out in 2011. People did enjoy the journey along with us. But, you never know what's going to happen, do you? You don't know what's going to happen in life.
Carol, tell me how they chose Phoenix to be in this movie, because you had 3 dogs, didn't you, you gave?
We had some puppies.
Yep.
And, well, it was the first time that we'd had puppies since Coco's litter.
And that was a coincidence too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was, because we said we wouldn't breed whilst our breed was so highly popular, because people wanted dogs because they wanted a Coco rather than knowing what they wanted in the breed.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah, and I just got a call saying that they really wanted another puppy. Did I have any? And if we did have any, was there anything that actually looked like Coco?
Mm.
And as it turned out, there was a litter on the ground, and, yeah, they did look like Coco because they were related.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how it came about. So you gave 3 dogs. Now, I think Phoenix is now owned by Nelson?
Well, I think the lovely part of this whole story is Nelson will tell you himself, but he has gifted Phoenix to his trainer as a pet.
Beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's just It's just lovely because you could see, you were there on Saturday,
Yeah.
you could see the bond that there was between Zaylee and Phoenix.
Well, when she was on the stage in front of the screen, she'd tell the dog to do this and that and the other, and Phoenix just could look at her eyes, and he knew exactly what to do.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful.
It was lovely. It was a real strong bond.
Yeah, there's that magic between the two of them.
Yeah.
Really is.
It was gorgeous.
Carol, it's been a delight to talk to you today. We could talk for hours, I think. But delightful to meet you. You're on Facebook
Only
with us now.
about my wonderful breed.
No, you rightly so to be so proud of them. I believe there's going to be a third movie. Do you think you'll be invited for the third movie too, to supply the dogs?
I don't know. Look, what's in the future? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, let's hope they make the movie soon while you've got a few litters coming up there, perhaps.
Well, we probably won't have any because of it.
Well,
we're not. There's this big political storm at the moment on puppy farmers.
Yes.
And you've got to be very careful of your reputation that you don't.
Taint it.
Breed. What reason should we breed for?
That's right, exactly. Carol, lovely to catch up with you. Wish you and your hubby well for Christmas. Thank you for your valuable time today, and we wish the movie every success, which it's going to have from Boxing Day.
Yes, and happy Christmas to you and May.
Catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye.